Today we get to play with wax and tea bag labels. Welcome to DEPHEMEREMBER, your daily inspiration of junk journal ephemera in December. This is a collaboration with talented Luise Heinzl, and this is Barbara from Vienna, Austria. At this point, I don't really have a clear idea of what I'm going to do, but I hope we'll have fun anyway. We have some tea bag labels, which are just put in some black tea. And here I have some tea bags that I have just emptied after they were dry. But I'm actually going to use these for inspiration only, I think. I don't think I will actually use these. I'm not sure yet. But of course, before we move on, we have to check what we have today. This is really light now because it's almost empty. Where is the 21st? There, all the way on the bottom. And we have 3 more of these pinballs, which I will save for later. I think what I want to do is make a tag. So I'm going to have a traditional tag shape, you know, like this, and then with the top cut off. And I want to add these tea bags as a base, kind of like we did for December 1 with the playing card. And I don't want it to be very big because I think I need a little bit smaller ephemera as well. Otherwise, I'm going to struggle to put things in the ephemera that I've already made. So I'm going to start off by just gluing this piece down using my glue stick. Smearing horribly, but I hope it will still work. So I'll just place this over and take my bone folder to flatten it out, although actually some creases would be very welcome. But I don't want bubbles. Creases, yes. Bubbles, no. I've dried it with my heat gun so that I don't ruin my blade here. I'm just going to cut a tag shape. Or I'll first cut a rectangle. And then I'll cut the 2 top corners off. Just flipping the corner over so that I have the same on each side. And rather than edging it with my vintage photo, I'm going to try something else. I'm putting some of my coffee solution in this little tub. And I'm going to dip in the edges, because I want to try something new. And I also have seen Luise do this with her journal pages. Probably won't be strong enough. I might have to do it a few times. Or maybe I would have needed darker coffee. I don't know. But I just want to see what that would look like. I think it requires patience. Not sure I have that. You could, oh, I'm just thinking now, you could also, of course, instead of dipping it, you could just use a brush and put the coffee on with your brush. Maybe that would be better. Being a perfectionist, that of course gives me a little more control as well. Wouldn't want to give up too much control now, would we? It's so bad. Yeah, I think darker coffee would have been better. Oh, but I have an idea. What I've seen Luise do as well is to use a refiller for the ink pad, or the oxide, doesn't matter, I think in this case, and add it to her coffee. So I'm going to use this bottle cap, because I don't know what else to use. Because I don't want to put it in here. I think that would just waste too much. So let's add some in here. Oh, I think that was a lot. And let's see how dark we can get these outer edges now. This really looks like coffee now. Oh yeah, that's definitely darker. Oh, and I love that now because the edges are still wet, how it's moving on its own. Oh my goodness, that is such a cool effect. Especially here on top, it's so cool. All right, I think that's enough. Wow, that looks very grungy. I'm going to try this. I am thrilled with the outcome of this. This is so super grungy. I'm in love. This won't be the last time I will be using this technique. Thank you, Luise, once again. Next, I am once again going to add some crackle stamping. So again, Crafty Individuals in the UK, stamp number CI 116, using black archival ink again. Next, I'm going to add some Wild Honey Distress ink. Again, if you don't have inks or oxides, what you do, you just use watercolor or any water-soluble medium you have. I'm not sure yet if I will just let this drip. Let's see what that would look. Oh, that looks cool. I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. That looks really awesome. So that's what that looks like dried. Super yummy. And then I'm going to take my jade green, and instead of doing splatters, I'm going to try to do some dots using this skewer that I have that has a round tip. Now the problem here is not to overthink this. I'm hoping you can see better with this side view because this skewer is quite long and it would poke into your eye if I would just have you above it. I don't know where to put these. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. Don't overthink, just do it. I don't think I want them all over. I think I want them just kind of concentrated. That is so regular. That is so typical for me. I want a little more irregularity. Okay, stop. No, don't stop. It's too regular. The struggles of a perfectionist. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. So this is what they look like when they have mostly dried. I'm not sure about my choice, but we tried something new, so it's all good. I want the focal image for this tag to be a tree. So I'm going to again take my hand cut tree stamps. So these are made out of foam. And I want to see which one works best here. This might be a bit small. This one would be cute. This one would be cute. And this one would be very big. No, this one I think is too much. This one seems pretty perfect. Yep. He's the winner. But I want to put some scraps. Well, do I want to put the scraps behind? I think I want the scraps, some of them behind it. And then I can decide if I want some over the base of the trunk as well. Oh, this of course is phenomenal. Yeah. Maybe something dark in between. I have this wallpaper scrap. This might do the trick. I just want a very thin piece. Sort of like in between the other two. Yes, I think that's what it needed. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna glue these down. Okay, I'm happy with that. Instead of stamping this directly on my tag, I'm going to stamp this on my other piece of tea bag. And since I want the image to be very dark and crisp, I'm going to use some black acrylic paint. Yep. Beautiful. And I just made a second print on this just to have it on hand for when I need it. Now I'm going to take my water brush and go around this tree because that's how I want to tear it. Don't want to add the whole napkin. Napkin, see? Because it acts like a napkin. Tea bag. And my hope is that it will blend into the background so that you don't even see the edges. Let's see if this works as well as a napkin. It's a bit tougher. I just want to be sure not to tear any of the branches off. That would make me so sad. Okay, and apparently this is not dry, so maybe I should dry this first before I make a complete mess. Okay, I dried everything. Now, of course, my water lines are gone. I'm going to risk tearing it without the water. I might very much regret this. See, see, see? We won't see it in the end, it's okay. I'm just too lazy to make the water lines again, which is ridiculous. Okay, we did it. So now we need to add this on top. This time I'm going to use my matte medium to adhere this because it's kind of bumpy and uneven and I don't trust my glue stick, which is smearing anyway, to do a good job. Also, if I do it with glue stick, you will see it shiny wherever I went outside of the tea bag. Definitely not what I want. So I'm going to cover the whole tag in matte medium. Then we'll put on the tree and go over it. And that blended in beautifully. You cannot see where the edges of the tea bag are. It's dry and it's truly matte, so I really like that. I want to bring the crackling a little bit more into the foreground again, so I will just be adding some more. I think that's enough. Do you remember this wallpaper? This was one of the choices for the other tag I made for one of the other prompts. And I think I'm going to use it for this one. I think this complements each other perfectly. This blue is exactly the same blue. That is amazing. And the brown is pretty much the same brown. This is just amazing. So I need to do that. Going to glue the tag onto my wallpaper. I'm using 3-in-1 glue for this. I think I'm going to have to put this under some books overnight to flatten out a bit. It is quite wavy. Now I cut off the corners. And I will ink it, I think both with Vintage Photo and with my black suit afterwards to give it a really nice defined edge. Okay, I really can't hardly see the Vintage Photo, but I'm gonna just put it on anyway. I think if you look really closely, you can see that it has it. It just looks a little bit more used that way, but we will definitely see the black soot. So far, we have neither the wax nor the tea bag label. All right, I'm gonna do some wax here. I'm going to use this because I don't have the right colors with my palettes. And even though this color would work, my problem is that in my wax spoon, I have this color. So if I put the other one inside, they're going to mix and turn into a horrible color. But I strongly advise against these kind of sticks because they are super dangerous. Fingers crossed that I won't burn down my apartment. This little stub is too short, so it doesn't want to stay lighted. Yeah, this is not working. I also have this color, so I will just try that one instead. Maybe I'll just, same problem. Maybe I'll just put some wax down here instead of making dots. It's not working. I have this new one. Maybe this one will work. I should really just throw all of these out. See, the problem with some of these waxes is that they actually drip burning, and then you have the fire on your paper. So please, please, please don't do this. I'm gonna throw these out. This is too dangerous. I'm not sure what I'm trying to achieve here. Okay, this has gone out again. I'm just going to leave it at that. And now for the tea label part. So I said I wanted to take this as an inspiration. I'm going to take a scrap of cardstock and I'm going to glue a piece of this paper underneath, on top. Then I'm going to ink around it with my vintage photo on both sides. I should have probably put a paper on here as well. I'm just gonna leave it now. This one here has 2 holes on the top and the twine is tied around it. You can see one end here. So either we do that or we just staple it. I'm going to be lazy and staple it. And instead of the white twine, I'm going to use a similar color to the wax here. But maybe I should think about what to put on the label first before I do that. This is one of my favorite stamp sets. It's from Finnabair, but I don't know what it's called. I bought this at, I believe, Michael's more than 3 years ago. No idea if Michael still has something like this. And the stamp I'm thinking of is the sun. There's a little sun here. Or a sun and a moon. No, both won't fit. I can fit the sun there. I'm just wondering if I should add something underneath. Yeah. This is again my favorite washi. Then I can actually stamp it on the washi first. That way it's okay if I mess up. And we can just stick that on there, yes. So I'm going to take my twine, add it to the back like this and staple it on. Oh, I gotta do it the other way. I want the flat side of the staple to be in front. Hopefully I can do this straight. Oh, I should do it from the bottom. Okay, I know. I'll make this long. I can cut it short afterwards. This is not easy. You'd think. What a simple task. Just staple the thing on. Yeah. Oh, wait, what? Oh yeah, of course. Oh my goodness. Sometimes, I swear. Because of course, if I put this in the back, it would have needed to go in the front. You know what I mean? Because of course it's not gonna hold there. There's nothing in the middle. Okay, great idea, Barbara. Okay, so instead we will maybe make a little loop here and staple one more time. Or maybe not a loop, maybe we'll just do this. I have so much fun on my own. Oh gosh. Okay, again, I think I need to make this longer and then cut it. My goodness, how hard is it to attach a twine to a piece of cardstock? Oh, now what happened? No, it moved. Oh my goodness, this is turning into disaster. This is ridiculous. Well, at least it's going to look used. Okay, we've removed this one. So now I have an idea. Maybe I'll just open these. Then I can move this out a little bit. Then I can put the twine underneath. Could you please cooperate with me? All right, got it. Okay, this looks horrible. No. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove the staple completely. And I'm going to punch 2 holes. There. And then we're going to take our twine. Put it through. And tie it off. This is so much easier. I thought I was, being lazy and just stapling it on instead. And look what happened. These are the fun adventures of junk journaling. Cut this very short. And there we go. Why was that so difficult? Okay, and now what do we do with this? I would love to have it like kind of just dangling here, or no. Yeah, I want it dangling. I need to somehow attach it on the back. I could just tape it down. I need to cover this up anyway because this is horribly white, or I would have to spray it with coffee. I can of course do that. I'm just going to use a scrap of this and my fabric glue. Whoops, way too much. Oh, but now of course it won't stay. I want it to stay in front. I'm going to simply glue this on here with just a glue dot like that. Clamp that down, and I hope that will stay put. Let's see what it would look like in this beautiful journal. So either alone on a page. It could also, of course, be a tuck spot. Why not? Or in a tuck spot. This one, for example. Like that. Wow, what an adventure this tag has been. It's not my favorite piece, but I am fairly happy with it. I like that I tried out new things. I like the idea of making my own tea bag label. Not sure about the wax thing here, but it's a new element, so in that way I actually like it. But I just can't help myself. You see these dots here in the background? They have faded pretty much because of the tea bag we added. So I need something on top to be more crisp. And what better solution than to add some more gold splatters? Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope you're not sick of it by now, but I just love them. Maybe we'll add some to the tea bag label as well. Better. Let's have a peek at what's in store for us tomorrow. Mushroom and a circle. Oh boy, circles are a huge challenge for me. Maybe you know that. So, okay, maybe we'll learn something new about circles. I hope to see you back here tomorrow for some new junk journal ephemera adventures. Don't forget to check out the links below. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.